kumia mguu, kuna injury here and there, na kwa jumla hali ya vita iko vipi. So we are here for that purpose and to assure the country we know where we are going.
Who else do we expect, Mheshimiwa? Who else in the council do we expect?
Yesterday with our presidential candidate that our sister mother will also join us today. If she comes, actually she was chair. Yeah, so she will chair, or we jointly chair, it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah. We'll be dealing more with the Prime Minister.
And of course it is
usemi upi ambao tunatarajia kutoka kwako hii leo kwa wabunge kama hawa, licha tumeona umesema kuwa ni mkutano wa kujuana, lakini pia ni nini ambacho tunatarajia haswa kutoka kwako, kama vile Junet anavyosema wewe ndio utakuwa unashughulika haswa na wabunge?
Lakini we don't, the Kenya unajua sheria za bunge, you cannot anticipate debate. Kwanza tujuane.
Na kwa sababu labda mmepata
one Kenya has many MPs. You can't compare. That's a fact. Kwanza ndio hesabu tunataka tuanze nayo. Na Secretary General atatujulisha.
And Mheshimiwa, it's the first of its kind issues.
Protocol, I hate protocol. We just want to celebrate each other. Look, there's a governor here. He was originally Wiper. He has one on ODM. He's my brother, Governor Garissa. Governor Busia is here. I mean, there's Governor Kajodo is here. I mean, it's amazing. Yeah. And there are people who are pretending there are very many governors. Amazing.
Can you call this a PG of its kind?
No, kujuana bana. Hawezi kuwa PG na magavana nini. Unachanganya sheria zetu bana.
This is after swearing. Morning, and tell us more about the arrival of the dignitaries within the framework of the Azimio camp and what's happening there.
Well, we have the various winners of the Azimio La Umoja One Kenya coalition still arriving here at the Kenyatta International Convention Center. They are calling the first ever post-Azimio La Umoja One Kenya post-election meeting, bringing together all the various elected leaders and various stakeholders in the coalition, including very senior officials. What we know is that a number of the legislators are still streaming in. We were able to see earlier on the likes of Obudo Dinga, we were able to see James Orengo, but right now we're being joined by the newly elected Kisumu Senator. Today's event is all about.
Thank you very much. I think today's meeting is a first meeting where the various elected members of parliament, both houses of parliament, for Azimio get to meet and to, I think, appreciate each other, but also to appreciate the work that lies ahead for the elected members of parliament. Remember, we will form government and we will drive the government agenda both in the lower house and in the upper house. And I think it is important that we understand the threshold of the work that lies ahead of us.
And you're saying this at a time when we know that the tallying is still ongoing at the National Tallying Center at the Bomas of Kenya, but you sound so optimistic as well.
Clearly, I was at Bomas of Kenya the whole of yesterday, and I can tell you that the exercise in as much
Umoja One Kenya coalition, a very hearty congratulations to all of you who have done so well, done this country so proud, done and stood firm for Baba the Fifth. It's a matter of time. It is not a matter of time. We thought we should at least get together because the country was getting nervous. Now the country can see the true leadership. Tujipigie makofi. And I agree that our true heroes and heroines are brothers from the Mount Kenya region. Jeremiah Kioni and the team, we know you are not victims, you are the true victors. And so now, my friends, we have majority members of parliament as Azimio La Umoja. That's a fact. We have majority governors So we had to debunk this thing which was circulating in the social media to the contrary. And we're just waiting now. We are confident. We are confident of a win. We cannot announce, we are not Chebukati, but we know that justice is going to be done. Hatutaki mengine, tumejua mengi sana tangu jana. Yaani watu wanajaribu miujiza isiyowezekana. Wanajaribu miujiza ya kila aina, lakini wamepatikana. Kwa sasa tujiandae tu, because constitutionally they have to announce the win of the presidential race by tomorrow, hopefully. I don't know, some of them say by Monday. Lakini if things are done, we want to urge IBC to do the right and the legitimate, the next legitimate thing, do this country duty, they do national duty, and announce the winner. I know from where I stand that this country is going to remain peaceful after this announcement. Indeed, ndugu zetu wa Tanzania na majirani walikuwa wanauliza, what's wrong with you Kenyans kwa social media? Kwa nini you're not burning tires? Kwa nini hamfanyi hii? It's like everybody expects that after every 5 years, every election cycle, Kenyans will lose their patience. I want to congratulate our fellow citizens for remaining solid, remaining patient, and the outcome will shortly be known. And even after that outcome, we must remember that we are all Kenyans. We have only this country to call our motherland, and we're very proud of it. So nobody should be allowed to mess around with our motherland. And so, Waheshimiwa, hapa mimi nina furaha zaidi, furaha nyingi sana. Kuona wengine ambao, is my brother Peter Nyang', a comrade in arms all the time, and we've seen plenty, and now it looks brighter. This is a wonderful nation. And true democracy in Kenya is true democracy in the whole of the African continent, because the continent has been watching. That's why you saw people like President Kikwete leading the East African Community Observer Mission, President Goodluck Jonathan leading the ASA delegation, former President of Sierra Leone leading the AU delegation. The whole continent has been standing with the Kenyan people. Let's give them a clap. Yale mengine, I can foresee in central Kenya. That's why I was a bit perturbed when people were saying I concede. Nobody should have conceded in central Kenya, because mutaona maajabu hapa. Mutaona maajabu when the truth is known. And so, and this will help to bring the mountain, brothers and sisters, the mountain solidly. I think it is Joe who said they painted light blue. It will all be blue, inshallah, God willing, going forward. So anyway, we are the same. We are the same. We must congratulate our brother, President Uhuru Kenyatta, for showing true statesmanship. Of course, he recognizes a chair, he's a party leader of Jubilee, and he has remained a true statesman, not uttering a word, so that Kenyans and the whole, everybody will know that he's allowing the democratic process to come to a useful conclusion. Which conclusion? As we stand here and as sit here, we all know. Let's give ourselves a clap. Kwa hivyo, mimi nawashukuruni sana. I mean, majority governors. So is that position for speakership still open? We cannot send applications. I must recognize my worthy running mate who must be here, Andrew Sunkuli. Where is Andrew? He's there. This gentleman traversed the country, the whole country with me, fighting for Baba. He never was tired. And now I see partly is rewarded by his elder brother, Julius. Julius, thank you for giving me the name of Andrew, and I wanted to talk to Andrew. Congratulations for winning the Kigori seat on a Kano ticket. So our brothers, Gideon Moy and others, and our brothers seeing Guyo become governor. This guy is governor. Isiolo, I can't believe it. I'll give you a big handshake. This man was, you can see all possibilities. He was MCA here in Nairobi. MCA, now he's governor Isiolo. Let's give him a big clap. On a Jubilee ticket, thank you. Yeah, so, tuwashukuruni sana. So Kenyans, keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. This nation will never be shaken. This was a terrible trial period. And that's why some of us decided to go out of character and do very, very strange campaigns. But of course, never giving up on our values and on our principles. Kwa hivyo nawashukuruni sana. Ni hayo tu, nimwalike dada yangu, Deputy President waiting to be sworn in, Mother Wangari Karua. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Asanteni nyote. Leo ilikuwa tupate wanaazimio wote. We meet and greet. We appreciate ourselves for a very good campaign. A 4-year, or was it a 9-year campaign? Well done, you're nothing short of heroes. In those 4 months, you transformed the terrain and you painted Kenya blue. We have taken the first step in transforming Kenya. We have much more to do. And therefore today, it's just telling ourselves, you may be feeling the fatigue of the last 4 months, because we were not sleeping, we were living and sleeping and dreaming just the campaign. It is exhausting, but let your mind recharge, because we've got more work to do. And for all of you, because you are in Nairobi, we need to distribute ourselves to the various places where our strength is needed to guard our win, because we have won. I was looking at the list of members of parliament. I'm very tempted to read out the names. I will not, I may not tire you because they've been introduced, but we are just short of 180 when you combine. You see? We have 24 governors at the moment. If you add Mombasa and Kakamega, whose by-election is coming later, you will see that we have strength around the country. If you look at our competition, they are just at about 130 members of parliament. When I last counted, even if it improves, it will not come anywhere near what we have. So even without anybody telling you the numbers, with those numbers of members of parliament, 3, they are one up. But if you look at everything, including all the other seats combined, there is no way the tally can be against us. And by the way, we have tallied. It's just that we do not have the power to announce ourselves, because the forms were on the portal, and we took copies and we tallied, and we know where we are. And we know if we had the power, by now we would have called it for ourselves. But we will wait. We will wait for that announcement. But please be upbeat. Know that Kenyans did give us the opportunity to steer the nation, and we are waiting for the official seal of approval. Our coalition is Azimio la Umoja. That work of unifying Kenyans, you saw the map there. We've taken a step, but that's just the beginning. We have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to ensure that the people we serve get the benefits of the taxes that they pay. And those benefits are not distributed by a few to their pockets. So we really have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do to build the spirit of one people, one nation, so that we first and foremost consider ourselves Kenyan, and then our communities and the rest. Because it's not wrong to acknowledge our diversity, to acknowledge the various communities we are coming from. That's our heritage, we are proud of it, but we must always emphasize our oneness as a nation. And that is what we represent as Azimio. And that is why even during the campaign, we promised to look after everyone, including those opposed to what we stand for. Recognizing that they are Kenyans, we said we shall look after everybody, and we meant it. And like we used to say, you know, our captain, we are here with his blessings, with his knowledge, he sends his greetings. You know, our captain is a man who has a very generous heart. He never carries forward grudges. He's a person who embraces all, and a person who focuses his energies on what is good for the nation. We really are looking forward to this election being called for us, so that we can support him to deliver to the nation, as I know he will. Knowing that we have a lot of reform work to do, and we would have wanted more reforms even before the elections, we have to very jealously guard even that process that is ongoing at Bomas. I know some of you have been there. Thank you so much for your presence. Those who have not been there, let us all try to take turns. We need to support that process to ensure that it is not infiltrated, to ensure that it is not corrupted. That is the purpose of having agents in the tallying center, to ensure that the numbers are put together the way they should be, and that the authentic forms count, or the authentic forms count, not any other form by the wayside. so that we can get to the conclusion of this. But I cannot tell you how pleased I am to see all the faces around. And I want to echo something Kioni and Kanini have said. And I think also my good friend, His Excellency, the Governor-elect of Siaya, that for those from Mount Kenya region, because except Meru, no seats have been won in that area. But you actually won votes, and actually Meru and Nyandarua. Yes, sorry, I apologize for Nyandarua because there is Kiaraho. And yes, there are two from Nyandarua. Even where no seat came, votes still came. And if they may not have been as many as we hoped, but you can imagine if those votes had gone the way some chest-thumping fellows were announcing they would go, then it would have been called out for them the first day. But because it was not, because we disrupted that chest-thumping boast and made it idle, we are now waiting for it to be called for us. When you go to war, even in the areas where we got as many votes, the occasional person who missed, you're still our hero because you put up a fight and you stood in the gap. So for those who are here and you didn't make it, feel greatly appreciated. You're part of us, and together we are going to take the next steps and to build a formidable coalition, to build a formidable nation, and to build a movement that will transform our landscape and to ensure always that our nation is peaceful. I want to thank you for coming at very short notice. I think you started receiving calls yesterday. Some of you have had to travel, some overnight. We want to thank you, and this is the same spirit we saw during the campaigns. We give you very little notice when coming to your areas. You never disappointed, you mobilized, you were there, and you have made it what it is today. You are our heroes, each one of you. We thank you, we love you, and we want you to know that we look forward to working with all of you as one. We do not view any part of the country as not part of the blue nation. Where we need several more coats of blue, we have enough paint in our stores. We are coming. Where you have an undercoat that does not proclaim the blue nation, we want to tell you that you belong to us too. We will convince you. It will not be a force taking, but we are coming. Because Kenya must be one. And that doesn't mean there should be no dissent. We appreciate and recognize the right of everybody to dissent. But that spirit of oneness, because that is what Azimio la Umoja represents, oneness. That spirit of oneness, that nationhood, is what we are going to spread to the whole country while respecting differences in opinion. I don't want to go any further, just to say we are ready for the task ahead. This is just the beginning of our meetings. This was a meet and greet. Immediately, the announcement we expect is made. There will be many more meetings. You will meet as members of parliament, as National Assembly, as Senate, to caucus and elect leadership. Women reps will also meet because they also need to caucus around themselves. And those governors will meet. We intend to showcase devolution. You know, our captain is very passionate about devolution. Indeed, I would christen him the father of devolution. This is our chance to make devolution what it should be. So we look forward to governors caucusing, sharing, encouraging one another, and sharing good practices on what to do to make devolution work for Kenya. So like I've said, this is just one of the first of the many meetings we are going to have. I want once again to urge you, if there are places they have not finished tallying for members of parliament, any place they have not issued certificates, go support our members. At Bomas, let us take turns. Let us support that process. We have invested. We have our votes there. We have our win being tallied. So go out there and let us ensure everything goes on well. I want to thank you. Once again, congratulate you all, not just those who got the seats, all those who put their best foot forward to make today what it is. And we look forward to working together and making it happen for Kenya. Asanteni sana.
Just 1 minute. You are seeing me with this small bag. It has some badges for those MPs who were in yesterday's or last evening's meeting. So there are 27 MPs who gave out their names.
All right, folks, as ODM chair there, John Buddy talks to the folks at the KICC. We're going to cross over directly to the IEBC. More announcements being made. Let's go there and listen in.
Choir 608. Likuyani constituency, Kakamega County. Total registered voters 72,449. Total valid votes cast 42,640. Rejected votes 412. Odinga Raila 32,872. Ruto William 9,469. Wahiga David 190. Wajakoya George 180. Baringo South. Baringo South constituency, Baringo. Total registered voters, 42,791. Total valid votes, 33,016. Rejected ballots, 201. Odinga Raila, 7,351. Ruto William, 25,534. Wahiga David, 41. Wajakoya George, 90. Mavoko constituency, Machakos County. Total registered voters, 132,163. Total valid votes 68,787. Rejected votes 1,029. Odinga Raila 46,141. Ruto William 22,070. Wahiga David 198. Wajakoya George 378. Mumias West constituency, Kakamega County. Total registered voters 53,317. Total valid votes cast 31,332. Rejected ballots 311. Odinga Raila 25,079. Ruto William 5,926. Wahiga David 67. Wajakoya George 260. Nyeri Town constituency, Nyeri County. Total registered voters 87,536. Total valid votes 56,187. Rejected ballots 441. Odinga Raila 12,088. Ruto William 43,576. Wahiga David 237. Wajakoya George 286. Kitui East constituency, Kitui County. Total registered voters 65,377. Total valid votes 42,632. Rejected ballots 322. Odinga Raila 28,517. Ruto William 13,533. Wahiga Mwaure 202. Wajakoya George 380. Central Imenti constituency, Meru County. Registered voters 76,495. Total valid votes 53,478. Rejected ballots 362. Odinga Raila 6,001. Ruto William 47,078. Wahiga David 119. Wajakoya George 280. Sigowet Soin constituency, Kericho County. Total registered voters, 55,909. Total valid votes cast, 46,639. Rejected ballots, 328. Odinga Raila, 695. Ruto William, 45,886. Waihiga David, 26. Wajakoya George, 32. Homa Bay Town constituency, Homa Bay County. Total number of registered voters, 58,375. Total valid votes cast, 43,859. Number of rejected ballots, 172. Odinga Raila, 43,075. Ruto William, 638. Waihiga David, 12. Wajakoya George, 134. Thank you very much. We'll be coming back and give you some more.
Kuna swali.
Sorry, announcement on the result. Thank you.
Kuna swali kidogo, Bwana Kamishna. Kwa majina naitwa Emmanuel Kilong kutoka TV Magharibi, na ningeomba uelezee taifa ni kwa nini matokeo kutoka katika maeneo bunge haya hayajaweza kuwasilishwa katika kituo cha kitaifa ambapo ni hapa katika ukumbi wa Bomas. Matokeo ya eneo bunge la Fafi, kaunti ya Garissa, Chesumei eneo bunge la Nandi, Tana River eneo bunge la Bura, Wajiri East, Narok North, na kaunti ya Kakamega eneo bunge la Kwisera. Asante.
The results that we are verifying right now are results that have been processed from our ROs that have arrived at the tallying center. Some of them had arrived here yesterday, but because the tallying is ongoing, we cannot ascertain as to why those ones, if ever, have arrived here. We will let you know.
All right, we're live at the IEBC headquarters of the Nerve Center, where the numbers are being literally crunched as we speak, minute to minute, hour by hour. And the commissioner there was able to give us some numbers from Likuyani constituency. Raila Odinga with 32,872 votes. Ruto 9,469. Waihiga Mwaure 119. Wajakoya 118. Also Baringo South, where Raila garnered 7,351. Ruto with 25,534. Waihiga Mwaure with 41. Wajakoya with 90. I know Rashid and Lulu, you have the numbers there as well, crunching them at the, well, there's Mavoko constituency in Machakos County. You got those numbers too?
numbers. Lakini mbali na numbers, mtazamaji, najua kwa hivi sasa wengi wanajiuliza, waziri wa elimu Profesa George Magoha aliweza kusema kwamba shule zifunguliwe tarehe 15, lakini habari zinazotufikia kwa hivi sasa katika chumba chetu cha habari ni kwamba shule zitafunguliwa rasmi tarehe 18 Alhamisi mwezi huu mwaka 2022, akisema kwamba I hereby convey the government's decision on the suspension of the reopening of all basic education institutions with effect from Monday 15th August 2022 until Thursday 18th August 2022.
Na lakini nafikiri kwamba hilo Jeff labda lilikuwa na Lulu lilikuwa linatabirika, kwa sababu ukiangalia leo tumefika Jumamosi na bado tutapata mwelekeo wa na kuna baadhi ya maeneo mengine kama hapa Nairobi tunazidi kupata matokeo ya maeneo bunge na baadhi ya viongozi. Kwa nafikiri hali bado si mbaya, lakini utulivu utakuja wakati wananchi washajua viongozi wao wote, kuanzia mwakilishi wadi paka yule ambaye anawania kiti cha rais. Kwa nafikiri wao kupeleka paka Alhamisi watakuwa kushatangazwa, maana mwisho ni Jumanne tusome ya kitu ile. Moja kwa moja katika kaunti ya Makueni kwa hivi sasa. Tuangalie anakabidhiwa cheti chake. Daniel Manzo.
Inua juu ya face kidogo. Ama uteremshe chini ya face.